nonprofit and veteran groups are doing the job the Biden administration could not as well, in coordinating missions to rescue Americans left behind in Afghanistan. One America's Cameron Kinsey has more on that.
Veterans and nonprofit organizations are mobilizing to save American civilians and allies stranded in Afghanistan as the Biden administration ordered U.S. troops to evacuate. Joining me now is Air Force Special Operations veteran Major Ignazio. What steps are you taking to get American citizens and our allies out of harm's way?
Yes, we have basically it's a civilian organization made up of all veterans, mainly from special operations because of our experience evacuating non-evacuation operations like this, like in embassies around the world. And we have the groups that are working directly with those individuals that are left behind, if it's American citizens or the special immigration visa holders, SIVs, out of Afghanistan.
And can you tell us what veterans groups and nonprofits you're working with?
Sure. Mine is known for the quiet professionals that we are, so we're sort of keeping it quiet for various reasons because we don't want to connect with many, but we also are working with the group Pineapple Express, as you've probably heard. They've gotten a lot of press. So we work with actually a variety. There's many groups that are involved, and we've collaborated as best as possible to get this going successfully.
And do you have a clear picture of how many people are left behind and how many people you're planning to evacuate?
There's a lot of American citizens that were left behind. So we had approximately a count of 250 to 500 yesterday, American citizens. But as far as the Afghans that have helped us or helped the American government, military, and so forth, there's up to 50,000. We've gotten, many of the organizations gotten out a few thousand. For ourselves, 100 high visibility critical individuals with about 130 or so more to go. So there's a tremendous amount that are still left behind, and they have targets on their head from the Taliban. There is no exception. They're literally being hunted down as we speak.
And does the operation that you're dealing with right now look hopeful?
Yes, we've fortunately been able to get a lot of people out. Originally, when Karzai International Airport was open, unfortunately, the gates were manned by the Taliban, and even people with American passports were turned away. So that is fact. We got people plugged directly into on the ground right now. And we're using a variety of different methods. Of course, I don't want to compromise anything to get them out, regardless of the method, ground, air, whatever. But we are moving. We've got people in safe houses to make sure they're safe and making movement as best as possible. But there's Taliban checkpoints, dozens of them, all throughout the country.
How can our viewers help with this?
The best thing to do it is to definitely support all the organizations that are out there. There is some fundraising that's going on for different activities. I would definitely tie into any of those to contribute monetary value to help with these operations, regardless if it's transportation costs, whatever. Any assistance would definitely be helped and needed. Other than that, the other thing is not to contact people that you know in Afghanistan, especially if they're interpreters or anybody. Anytime there's any kind of American connection, even if it's phone numbers that are searched by the Taliban on the phones, these people are being highlighted, pulled out, and either beaten or killed. So it's support the fundraising activities of the groups that are out there. You can find them, numerous searches, but do not contact people in country right now. One thing about our organization is we're not leaving people behind after we get them to safe countries. We're actually helping and assisting in the processing with the State Department and moving them onward safely because they have lost literally everything. So we're trying to coordinate as best as possible to make sure we're doing the right thing.
Your efforts are appreciated. Major Ignazio, thank you for joining me on One American News.
Want to see more